Drum now switch sports, Andy Mulligan, the manager of Sporting Council. Andy, commiserations, 2-1 lost day against Stourbridge. Local derby, a lot at stake as we knew going into today's game. Not much in this match to be fair, and it's a very close game for the majority of the game. But let's start your assessment of the game to begin with, Andy.
I think we performed well. I think we dominated in lots of parts of the game, so a little bit of a disagreement there in respect of, but it was close. I think the scoreline obviously is the only thing that matters, which is obviously 2-1 to Stourbridge, but I actually felt from our perspective, second half in particular was the better team. So I just think, unfortunately for us, we just didn't have enough quality in the box. I think, corner after corner after corner, and not enough quality to get on them first and second balls, and you're always susceptible, unfortunately, to a counter-attack, and obviously first half the threat that we knew that would be there was the shots from anywhere, and obviously Daisy's put a great shot in the top bins, and I think before that we've had multiple opportunities to put the ball in the net, none other than the two that stick in my mind, which is a square, and unfortunately I think the ball's bobbled at the wrong point, and the other one, the keeper's just come out and she hasn't quite lifted it over us. So, look, it's football, isn't it? And I think you have days like this, and you've just got to credit Stourbridge in respect of winning the game. But from our perspective, I think there was plenty of positives. Macy's come on and obviously got a debut. I think Ruby Shaw has come on and got the goal at the end, and kind of got us back in the game. Little bit disappointed really with the referee throughout the game, if I'm being honest. I think with the amount of minutes that were added on at the end, I think it was added on 4 or 5. I think we tallied up at least 10 or 12 minutes, and when you're back in the game at 87 minutes and you're chasing and you could get a really, really good point, I just think the officiating. Look, when you're 2-0 down, Kev, you put yourself on the back foot, and like I say, I'm not discrediting Stourbridge. They've won the game, and fair play to them, but I think the officiating for me today has been poor, and it has affected and impacted the game. None other at the end with not playing the correct amount of time.
Good point you mentioned there, Andy, about the timings. I certainly felt there was a disparity about the timings for the second half as well. The amount of additional time should have been added as well. What I mentioned in the first half, players like Emily Brett I thought worked really hard, created some really good chances. And Tiana Russell Cartwright, these are players who got quality about them as well. So in terms of chances created, you put on balance of play, you created the more open chances in the first 45 minutes. And at the start of the second half, you haven't paid back in their own half of the pitch for at least a good 65-70 minutes minimum, and the amount of free kicks and corners you're winning as well. So is that the frustration that you got that domination, but you just couldn't quite get that goal at that key moment to put them on the back foot with themselves?
Football, Kev, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's football, and like I say, I think Stourbridge have demonstrated over a number of games where they don't concede lots and lots of goals, and they get behind it, they work hard, and they protect what they've got. And unfortunately for us, we didn't take our opportunities. We let them take theirs, and then ultimately you're playing into their hands, aren't they? They're at home, they've got supporters here, and it makes it a little bit easier then because they've got something to defend. So I think from our perspective, we learn from it, we draw the line. We say ultimately Stourbridge have got the result on the day, but from my perspective, the performance and dominant display in periods of the game was good, but you've got to put the ball in the net.
Yeah, of course their chances are very vital, aren't they, really? But breaking now league duty for a moment, Andy. Cup duties, Notts County away, a tier 4 side who are having a bit of up and down sort of season themselves, but an opportunity, I know we talked in previous conversations about the league as the priority, but also you want to do well in the County Cup, but a good FA Cup run as well can still boast a good confidence building for the squad though, can't it?
100%, and the money that's involved with the FA Cup, every club will be pushing their team, and the levels will be raised, and we've already seen this season, tier 4 teams will always up their level against tier 3 teams. So we know Notts County will be ultimately, they'll be up for it next week, and we've got to be at our best again, and we've got to be more clinical in front of goal. And I think if we do that and we put the ball in the net at the right points, then hopefully we'll progress in the FA Cup and go as far as we can.
Andy, it was great to talk to you on Switch Sports, Switch Radio. Thanks for your time. Not to be today, but we'll speak again very soon. You look after yourself.
Thanks again.